I told you that Zoodiac made top 4 at a regional. Story of my weekend. Smash the crap out of that subscribe and don't miss out more awesome content. What you have on your screen here is the Planet Hawaii Regional and my first online regional experience. In most represented category here is 2 Sword Soul decks, one of which is a going second build, which was very interesting, and then was me, Mario! No, it was me, Cole40, coming in third place. I will have that deck profile up for you guys this afternoon so you guys can take a peep at that here. And then we also had 1 Lyrical Lisk Tri-Brigade taking down the regional. Darn you, Akino, for actually destroying. Whew, I got decimated by that. The reason why he won the event, he was just way better than me. We ended up having 1 Sky Striker in top cut as well, getting second place. Then we had Pepega Tintin locking down top 4 in 4th place here with frickin' Zoodiac, ladies and gentlemen. The power of Borbo and friends join the Mecha army. I feel like that's an isekai title somewhere in the universe, but we got to see the awesome power of Zoodiac for this event. We also had 1 hero, which I don't have the list, unfortunately, for that. Ramiro wanted to keep it quiet for future events because he worked on the list with a friend, so that's understandable. Can't be too mad at that. We had 1 Flaunderies list in Top Cut as well. And then we had 1 Mech Orcust list as well. Now, this is actually kind of cool. We've seen Mech Knight Orcust gaining a lot of popularity in general as of late, and it's definitely been an experience to see that out of the woodwork here, this deck has just been getting better and better over time as a rogue contender here. And then in 9th place, totally off the books here, I also have a water combo synchro deck that I actually got to play in the very last round of the event. You guys will get the chance to take a look at that here in a second. Let's go take a look at those deck lists, shall we? Alright guys, first place here, winning the regional, was actually Akino, locking down some very interesting combo ability. I actually watched him cross out Designator, a Forbidden Droplet, against his hero player in the last round, and I was screaming so loudly. It was so awesome to watch. Crossout Designator for board breaking anti-maneuvers, so you basically make your Ensembled laugh at your opponent and not let them get the chance to do anything, because that's what you do. You board in the Featherstorms. Featherstorms ended up being interesting dead draws for him some of the day. I'm sure they worked out in other points, but 2 scenarios I saw with these didn't end up break the best. And then I saw a ring draw card. I believe that he said he resolved this 6 times all weekend. Alright, just a free pay 600, draw 2 cards, means additional resources, so we can go ahead and combo up and do what we do, which is bird combo, evidently. Outside of that, yeah, this deck really is some scary stuff, man. Especially when you're facing down an Assembled Nightingale and double Recital Starling as you're just getting punched in the face with birds to end up losing the game. Outside of that, there's nothing too particularly interesting about it. This card was the end of my run playing against this round 4. So Lava Golem is one heck of a card, ladies and gentlemen. Outside of that, yeah, that's the power of birds. Next up here was second place. This was Sky Striker. Now, you see here we have all nice little board breaker cards in here. We got the Gamma Seals, we got the Pankratops, we got the Imperms, the Ash Blossoms, you name it. We have access to it in here. And then we get to play the little Destroy Phoenix Enforcer package in our deck, pretty much like majority of Sky Striker builds are doing in the modern era. And I don't think that this is necessarily like, you have to play this right now. Alright, like if you're not, you're trying to play Striker without DP, I feel like you're just going to run into a really bad time. Also, shout out to this 1 Mystic Mine. This is actually very interesting to see, and I definitely think for the most part that this was one of the better grind cards that you could actually want to see in this deck. Outside of that, TZ Boo is a heck of a card as well. Alright, good times. I can't believe we're back in an era of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where there can only be one is just a very toxic card. Good times, actually. Outside of that, that wraps up your Striker experience. Just, you go second, and then laugh at your opponent. I know the other, one last thing here. I know a lot of people look at what our Eagle Booster. Play this card. Don't be that guy and be like, I don't want to play Eagle Booster. This card's pretty good. All right, 4th place here is Zoodiac. This is Mega Tintin, the original person that I've seen coming up with Breakup Board Zoo for the most part here, and I know that they've been practicing a lot. I've seen a lot of the testing with this, had a lot of talks with them about the theory here, and one of the 3 people that decided to play the regional. So it was a good experience. So going second, or yeah, just break your opponent's board. Interesting enough, there's only one Nibiru in here because that's all they had access to. They've been putting this deck together from scratch, and they didn't have access to more Nibirus. As the YCS comes through next weekend, this deck will actually undergo its next evolution here. But you guys have seen me play this deck before. You guys know what you do with this. You just make sure you get a Borbo to stick, and then you make Zeus double chain clear your opponent's board. It's as easy as that. There's no like super secret formula to making this deck successful. It's just one attack directly attempts to end the game on the opponent's turn, especially in Yu-Gi-Oh! Where you see people build these boards and then you're like, where'd it go? Oh yeah, Zeus just answered everything that we could want it to. Alright, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Next up here was Mech Orcus. This was 5th place for you guys out of this. And once again, I love the fact that the Orcus package has turned into such a grind here. I believe I saw this build playing against the Eldritch Duelist that I had played earlier in the day. And I hate to say it, but, you know, this deck feels like it can navigate a lot easier in some of those grind game matchups here. I mean, Dingrease was a heck of a card, man. Being able to just force send, getting back your resources. I mean, look at this trap board, alright? Getting a Crackdown to stick on an opponent's monster just feels absolutely disgusting. Also, shout out to Scapegoat here. Actually, this is kind of innovative. It's been a hot second since we've seen Scapegoat being able to be turned into an actual Link 4 here just to pressure the opponent. So outside of that, yeah, this is the power, I would say, of going first Orcust. Do what you want with this, but yeah, I like this quite a lot. Next up here is Fluanderies and friends. This was 7th place here. Now we have one Rise in here. I see we also have Small World in this build. Alright, we're getting some shenanigans in here. We're playing Raska in here. Now hold on here a second. Are we just doing this just as an additional search target? Or is it because we can actually cheese the opponent here with something stupid? I don't know, but this is absolutely hilarious to me. Outside of that, this deck has more board breakers built into it. Look, all the Dark Rule and Homewars, all the Dark Holes and Raigekis, and Lightning Storms. You know, we were just talking about Dark Hole Raigeki the other day in another video. And here you go. You get to actually see this in application. 7 frickin' board wipes in the side deck. Well, 8 if you want to count Harvey's Feather Duster as a back row removal. But outside of that, this is quite an interesting contraption for deck building that we have here for you guys. Next up here is 8th place. This is going second, Sword and Soul. My friend actually was playing Kraken Control, played up against this, got evenly Dark Road No More game 1. It was very unfortunate time to be the back row player, but you know, it'd be like that sometimes. See, we have the full extended 10E package, but of course, those Lightning Storms, those Evenlies, those Dark Rulers, yeah, man, just hop for second, win the game. Easy as that. And then, yeah, side deck here. Pretty reminiscent of a lot of the things that I've seen here. It looks like we might be seeing a shift in Droll right now, as Droll gains a whole lot more popularity, especially as this format continues to evolve. We'll have to wait and see here, but from what I'm continuing to hear from players, that definitely looks like Droll is probably going to want to be your go-to card, especially in the Lyricalisk matchup. And the bonus DLC that I have for you guys here is 9th place. This is a Water Combo. Now, I got the chance to play against this deck, and this deck is very, very cool at what it wants to do, alright? You're going to resolve this Small World, alright? And I believe, I know you banished like the Hoppier Squadron, but it ends up getting you the chance to search for the Deep Sea Diva along the way. And I actually thought it was the coolest thing in the world, and then, you know, the Diva just gets Ash Impermed, and you're like, oh, nothing, there's nothing else you can do about it. But for the most part, don't let that detour you from playing something as cool as this, alright? This is what innovation looks like, ladies and gentlemen. And I will say it was an absolute honor to get the chance to play against this, just because even on paper, this just looks a lot of fun out there. So for those of you that like a Rorodon Hulky Fibrax combo, give this a shot because this is freaking cool, man. So guys, what do you think about the deck list out of today? Please leave a comment down below. What you guys think, special of your crap, that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out more awesome content. I'll see your beautiful faces back here later on with some more cool awesome content. You guys stay safe out there. Peace out, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.